Amanda.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Amanda won't get on film. Yeah, Tim gets out of the way. All right. It's like the frog in the box. Yep. Open it up. Ribbit.
Tim, why did you leave me?
I have too many people ask that question.
Yeah. So Amanda won't come here and talk to these beautiful ladies. I don't know why. This is a emotional time.
It is, but you have to talk about the build, Randy.
What build?
Well,
Tim, get over here. You guys here. There's a microphone.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not the host on this one. This is a
Okay.
situation that happened with not me being a
okay.
part of it.
Okay.
And I want to tell you what happened and them coming in wanting one and buying one and
Well,
Yeah.
they just came in to look one day.
yeah.
They just decided to drop by because they have been fans and have been watching going to our website and watching our YouTube channel. And they came in and I asked them what kind of home they wanted and they said, we want an Incredibox. And I said, okay, what size do you want? And they said, we want an 8x20. And I said, okay. And I said, what's your timeline? And they said, we need it now. And I said, well, it's going to be several months.
Yeah.
And then they told me a little bit about their hopes and dreams for their home. And I said, let me go see. I doubt there's anything here, but I will check for you. And I went, and there was one home, and it was this home right here,
But
Amanda.
specifically, we wanted the off-grid.
And they
version.
wanted the off-grid.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
And I thought, what are the and I called, I think it was Brian, and he said, I have one. It is an 8x20, but it's off-grid. And I said to them, it's off-grid. And
He
they
said, you won't believe
you
this.
won't believe it. What are the odds?
Awesome.
And so they went, they looked at the house. It was exactly what they wanted. It was
Yeah.
available pretty much now, but you had to make arrangements to pick it up.
Well, it didn't have all the off-grid. You said it had to be.
We did.
more
We had
stuff.
to add,
add
we
the
added
grids
some
and-
stuff.
Yeah.
We added an extra two panels on the
Batteries
roof.
Yeah.
and panels.
And tell them though what happened when you came into the home to look
Yeah.
at it.
So we
That
opened the
was
drawer.
crazy because I said, where's the cutting board that goes on the sink?
Oh yeah.
And all the other homes we'd gone in, because we went in all the model homes, and the cutting board was there. And so he's like, He said, well, I'll look under the counter.
And a
So-
perfect time.
Yeah,
for
look here.
Kanan
Oh, Kanan's
Yeah.
got to hear
show
this.
up
Kanan,
hello.
get over here.
because she's right at the point of the story.
Right. So,
Look, he's scared.
So,
What he's getting roped
so
so
into.
is this our
Kanan builds all the kitchens.
this is our library man, right?
So he builds. Come here, Kanan. He builds all the kitchens.
Hi,
kitchens.
how are you?
I'm good.
I'm Hope.
And
this
I'm
is
Karmen.
Carmen.
Hope and Carmen.
Yes.
And it's great to meet you.
Kanan,
Yes.
they bought the house, and inside the drawer, when they opened the drawer,
off-grid one.
was
Yes.
We
So we
opened
were
the
looking for
drawer.
the cutting board to go over the sink. And
Yeah.
so Tim's like, yeah, it's not there. So he said, let me look under the kitchen base cabinet. Looked in there, wasn't there. So he's like, let me look in the drawer.
Right.
So when he looked in the drawer, he pulled the drawer out. The cutting board was there, but on top was a book by my favorite Christian author, Ellen G. White.
Oh, really?
And I said,
Yes.
wait a minute. I jumped back and I said, wait a minute. I said, you're not going to believe this. And
We're like, who put this here?
yeah. And Tim's like, I didn't do it. I
Now,
didn't do it.
I'm assuming Kanan did that. Now he's just coming up here because he's given me books before.
Uh-huh.
Is that a book that you left in there?
All right.
See what I'm saying?
Praise the
So,
Lord, brother.
that
Because
book-
it wasn't just
Awesome.
the author, but it was also the title that
The
was
title,
confirmation
yeah.
that this was the home that God wanted to
Ain't
bless
that
us with.
something, buddy?
Because it was entitled Country Living, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what I believe in. That's exactly what
What
we're
we're
doing,
preparing
and
for,
why
yeah.
we wanted
So
it
you're going.
off
Yeah.
grid.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's why we'll be offering, yeah. So we appreciate that you did that.
Yes.
It was a really good confirmation for us. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you had said some things because we were in prayer about, country living off grid. God, give us the right people in our path. And you said something about there must be an
Angels.
angel watching over
Yeah.
you. And we prayed before we got here. We prayed while we're here. We prayed while we're talking and looking. And then we made a phone call and we asked a
We were just
friend of
asking for
ours
prayer.
to pray. She said exactly what you said. And we
Right.
look at each
About
other like,
angels.
what is going on?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
I-
got
I'm telling you.
confirmation twice.
We got confirmation more than twice. So, I mean, it was
Wow.
just one thing after another. I mean, it was just totally unbelievable. So we knew that this was something that God had. We're best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this was perfect. And she was trying to make up her mind what she was going to do and so forth. But yeah, God just worked everything out because
Wow.
didn't come to purchase.
cool.
And
Right.
I had talked to Tim actually the Sunday before.
there was
And so he
nothing.
was like, no,
not
he's
gonna
like,
be
we would never
here.
just sell one,
And then
without
somebody
a
else
lot.
wasn't going to be here. And
Yeah.
the days that we were going to come were months before that, and we couldn't
We were
make
supposed to come
it.
last year.
So we finally got to the point where we could make it on this specific day. And then
Yeah.
we get here, we're roaming around, and we're like trying to find the cells, and they say, "Come on over here, Tim's here." And we're like, "Tim's not supposed to be here,"
Right.
she said. And so just things, and,
Yeah.
and then
One
for
thing
him
after
to
another.
find out that, oh, we have one. We're like, wow, this is really constantly
I'll be
one
darned.
thing
Yeah.
smoothing out after the other. After before it was no.
Yeah.
Right.
So this was just perfect timing.
Because I didn't want to have to wait for a home.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, Lord, I don't have the money today. But I'm like, if I had the money today,
Yes.
like, I wouldn't want to wait,
So-
because I know that there's a bill list and people see the vision, they understand what you guys
Right.
are doing, and they're like, I want one.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
money
I had been
came
praying
today,
on it.
that
yeah.
day.
And so we had text friends, and we were like, we don't know what is happening. God, just pray. They didn't have any idea what they were praying about, and they were texting us back on WhatsApp and stuff and saying, prayers are going up and so
Yeah.
forth. God's
Oh,
got this. They had
man.
no idea. They had no idea.
Wow.
So then when we get
So-
here, find out there's a home available,
Are
you could add the extra things
I
that we
can't
wanted.
believe that happened.
And then
I'm telling
Kanan
you.
being a part of it.
Yes.
He put his,
Putting that in the
because
drawer.
he felt led to do it.
Yeah.
Praise the
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was something
And
that
the money
God
came.
wanted.
So
Right.
I don't know
Money
about the
came.
money, and the money appeared.
Books of
Yes,
Ellen G.
because
White, too.
I didn't have the money to do it. Okay?
Ministry.
Yeah.
And so the Lord, that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, he likes Ministry of Healing. It's his
Okay,
favorite.
yep. I like Great Controversy, Desire of Ages.
Yeah,
Two
Desire
my
of
favorite.
Ages
Great
is really
Controversy,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the money was not even there,
Country
and we
living
text a
is
separate
very
friend,
informed.
and next thing we know, they're calling and saying, "What do you need to get the home today?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What do I need to get the home today?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?" They're like, "We'll put up the money." I was like, "What?"
No.
I'm telling you. So yeah, I'll tell you the rest of that off camera.
Yeah.
But it was nothing but God. It was nothing but
Yeah.
God. So I just want to say thank you again to you
Thank you.
and the vision
Thank
that you've
you for
had
the
here.
book.
You have no idea how many people that you're helping.
really
And
appreciate it.
I mean, I know
Lives.
people tell you things, but it's made a meaningful difference. So I take care of my mom with dementia. I've had to give up a couple businesses because she requires more
Yeah.
care, and I'm
Yeah.
happy to do that.
I
You know,
understand.
that's my mama, and I
Yeah.
only got one of her. I already lost my dad, so, and I was always in the yard with him and stuff. So, but there are elements of you that remind me of my dad.
Oh.
Yeah. So, just that integrity, that honesty, just up front. My dad was just a very straight shooter, and he'll just tell you like it is. So, I recognize that in you, and that's the way that I was raised, and they help raise foster kids and all kinds of things. So, yeah,
man.
it's just, I miss him. He would have been 90 on April 18th.
Yeah, wish
Ain't
you
that
the best.
something?
Because he's been gone about 4.5 years. So, but yeah. So, anywho, but
Beautiful.
so
Beautiful.
I just, just even in honoring your parents,
Mm-hmm.
God just makes up for what you think that you're losing and sacrificing to
Yeah.
lovingly care for your parents.
Man.
Yeah.
And this was that blessing for me.
You know what this all teaches or reinforces with me is that Kanan, me, the business, and you guys, we don't know each other, didn't know anything about all this stuff.
Right.
Right.
It's we just need to be open
Yeah.
and do what we're supposed to be led to do,
Right.
and let that all be guided
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
supposed to be going, and believe that it'll all work out.
Yeah.
And
You
then
know
we're
what?
trying to get other
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
understand how to get off.
Yeah,
country
exactly.
living
Yeah, we
stuff.
want to be able to show and people
So-
what God has done and
So
duplicate
in
this,
her
and they can do their
conviction
thing.
with all of this, she hasn't mentioned this part. She decided to sign up for distributor.
Yeah.
So she went through it, prayed about it for some time, and then finally one day decided she was sign up, and so now she's literally one of your distributors.
Oh,
And
a
then-
remote
Yeah.
secretary.
Yeah.
I don't think she was
So
going to
haven't
tell
told
you.
anything yet,
Well, but
but-
she came in this morning and said, "I think I have 2 people that are going to buy a house."
Yeah, so-
I was like,
But people
all
heard,
right.
and we have a Zoom ministry. So Hope, myself,
Awesome.
and
Yeah.
my sister and another friend,
And
we
you
have
got
a
a
Zoom
model
ministry.
here
Yeah.
that you can show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and ours is
exactly.
Exodus in the Journey, and so we go on there and we told the testimony about.
I know, and people could not believe it. The chat was just blowing
the-
up on the live
and they were
stream
like,
as I was
"Get to
sharing
the story!"
and they
we
were
have
like,
to
"We
send you the
cannot believe
story
this." And
they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!"
Yeah.
And we're like, "There was this book in the drawer, and we don't know how it got there." I mean,
But it wasn't just any book. It was
was
a
the
specific book with a
specific
specific
book.
Yeah.
message.
Yep.
And it wasn't just like, okay, Jesus died for your sins. That's, all
Yeah.
true, and believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
No problems with that. But because this author has written over 80 books. I don't
She's
know
in the
how many.
Library of Congress.
Yeah.
Several books of hers are that are in the Library of
It's
Congress.
the most
Great
translated
Controversy,
book around the world.
Desire of
I don't know how many
Ages is
languages.
in the
Yeah.
Congress. Yeah, Library of Congress.
Presidents have it. It's, yeah. So for me to see
Excellent
her
author.
name, and I did
Yeah.
not recognize the book cover, And I was like, I can't believe this. And I'm seeing in big letters across the bottom, Ellen G. White. And I'm like, what? Not just any author. This is my favorite author of all time. No, that's my favorite author, period.
Yeah.
And then when I pulled, because something was on top of the book, so I couldn't see the title of the book until we pulled it out. And then that's when it said Country Living. I was like, you got to be kidding. I said, people are never going to believe this. So we took pictures of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people are never going to believe this. So when we were sharing this on our Zoom ministry, they're familiar with the author too.
Yeah.
And yeah, people were like, that was your house. God had that specifically for you.
Wow,
And
that is amazing.
yeah.
It was a lot of fun too.
I could not have scripted this. I'm sorry.
No.
I could not have made this up. I couldn't have dreamt this up.
Yeah.
We just came to look and to see, is this doable?
Yeah, because we've been like looking for so
Yeah.
many years at the houses, and we wanted to come and take a tour, and didn't know that that would be the moment that we signed on the dotted line.
Right.
Wow.
And you all just found us on YouTube?
Yeah.
You think?
Yep.
Okay.
Because we've
Yeah.
been, before we even met,
Yes. So I was in Richmond, Virginia, and I'd been looking at tiny houses, and I came across the incredible credit box, and I'm like, yes.
What
So-
came out? The price?
I think the important thing was, for me, it looked like a studio unit.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm a photographer and I do web design, but so I'm always thinking, how else can I use this space, right? And so that's where I was thinking, but I saw the vision. You began to speak about, you can do this here and you can put up shelves, and that's how I see things, because
Okay.
you know, a lot of photographers are. But the description in creating a new world right inside that space was very simple. I can create an office, I can take everything, create a bedroom, take it out, put a studio in there. And so
Good.
when I'm thinking in those, you know, on all those different ways that it could be used, it kind of got my attention. I said, you know what, you can have a couple of these and make a whole little community. Well, you started building a community. And so I was watching all the time. And then when we finally met, it was right around the time they interviewed me for the Zoom, Exodus and the Journey. And I began to tell her about tiny houses. She was like, oh, tiny houses? Let me send you this guy, Randy.
And you already.
I was
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, that's the one.
we've looked at so
So-
many different companies and
That's
just,
the one.
I'm blown away by
yeah,
that.
we looked at so
So
many different
we are
companies
sending
and different
Tiny
makes,
house
models,
styles
designs.
back and forth to
Yeah.
each other all day long.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun. And then we'd come across some others, but we'd always go back
Back.
because
Yeah.
Amanda and Randy were a crack up. I mean, I said, what they're giving you is just cold, hard information,
Yes.
but creatively, but humanly.
Yeah.
And that's what people
honestly.
need, you know, honesty.
Aw.
We need to know there are honest people we can invest our time and our resources and our monies in, and know that what we're getting is really what we're getting, not,
Yeah.
you know, we didn't cut corners here. And,
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people say, oh, that's a lot of money for this. You could have got it that. Well, you know, not if you are totally off grid. You have everything you need to on deck that you could like pick up, drive to another state, and have the most incredible scenery that I've seen here. These mountain views and it's
Beautiful.
just
It
the
is.
pond that you all are putting in. All that stuff is awesome. So, and this one, she's just so techie.
Yeah.
If you knew.
Duct tape now. This is the point where you edit out the video.
You know, when I say techie, I'm techie. I used to work for a technology company. I won't go into
man.
Yeah.
that. But I used to work for a technology company. But what I learned was there's not just that technical side. I mean, when you have a friend like this one, she was raised where a father who pulled her out, and when he went to work on the house, the car, the this, the that. So she gets all
Driving
this.
tractors, bush
When you
hogging,
guys are
lawn
talking about
gardens.
Yeah.
I'd had
a
to
certain
run,
type
done
of
the same
bolt,
thing.
toilet,
I was all in the yard
flush
with
valve, she understands it all. The roof rafter, and it has to be this many dimensions and cubics. And this one, I'm like, okay, I think we can make a good team.
That's cool.
So it's really wonderful to come here and see the homes ourselves and be
Right.
blessed by, you know, knowing that there are people that think about their outcome overall.
Yeah.
So you putting that book in there was
Yes.
just a wonderful confirmation.
What led you to do that, Katie?
Well, you know, people are watching the news and everything, and they know things are going on, but they don't
Yep.
know what.
Right.
Know? So, you know, there's a certain people. The Bible tells about Bible prophecy and exactly what time it is and how things are going to happen. And so, you know, that's what I put it in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And understanding that They,
It's exciting to see how God's moving people
Yeah.
around, putting them in
Right.
just the right places at the right time.
yeah,
Because we were supposed to come here twice
twice.
before. So her last visit to Tennessee was like August, September of last year. Had it set up so that a
I think
caregiver
so.
would come bridge the gap between my normal caregiver so that we could come for the day.
Yeah.
The lady's husband got COVID. So
Wow.
we're like,
So we
well, guess
couldn't
we weren't
go.
supposed to go.
Yeah.
So we said, well, next time you come, and we didn't know when that was going to be, but, you know, next time you come, let's try to make it a point to go up
Yeah.
again. So we wanted to come the Monday before, March 20th,
Yeah.
and we were so disappointed, and we were like,
Her
we're not going to be able
feathers
to do
fell.
it. Yeah, my feathers fell. She's
Wow.
laughing at me with that term. But yeah, and then, so it ended up being the following Monday, the 27th. And had it been the week before or any other time, this home would not have been available.
No.
So
Right.
it was
That's
just
so
from start to
wow.
finish. All I can say is God.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other explanation for it.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah.
It's neat to know
It's
he's
been-
looking
it's-
out for us.
honestly, it's an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I will have to start over and reinvent myself. My mom's 88, you know, but when that time comes,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'll be starting afresh, and I'm like, Lord, you know, what would be the most economical way for me to
Yeah.
do something, like, you know, feel like I have a little space and I can do something, and I didn't want the fifth wheel, I didn't want the RV, I didn't want the motorhome. Looked at all of that. I've been through so many different housing types and looked at the pros and cons of all that. And I said, no. I said, this is it. And I said, Lord, if this is what you want me to have,
Yeah.
please bless me with it. But I'm like, but I don't want to have to wait 5 months. Because
Right.
Tim and I talked about that. And he was like, no, it would normally go with a lot, you know, if we had one that came up for sale. And
Yeah,
so he told us
right,
this has
right,
never
right.
happened before. And I was
Yeah.
like, say what? So, yeah, rest is history.
Yeah.
So.
I have family in Richmond, and I've been weaning them. You guys, I'm going to the mountains. I'm going to the country, Uncle. I'm telling my uncle I love you, but I'm gonna take you with me. He's like, no. I said, okay, well I'm going to the country. So, praise God, and I am so grateful. So, thank you all.
All right. Well,
That
thank
is
you for the
amazing.
story, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and I think what's
Yeah.
a big thing about it, let me just, I just want to say this really quick, is that for you, for you all to listen, because if you all had not listened to what you were supposed to do, none of the other stuff would have
And
happened.
Tim,
Gotcha.
too.
Yeah.
And exactly. And
Because
Tim,
Tim kept
too.
telling us this is your house, and an angel's been looking out for you. And
Yes.
just, yeah. And it was just,
And something that could affect that is that, you know, whenever you're try to be nice to everybody every day, because if somebody comes and is not nice to Canaan, he may not feel so much like leaving a book or doing something like that. So everybody
Change
needs
the
to
whole
really
course of
think.
things.
So
Yeah, you need to think about that, Amanda.
Randy. That's exactly that's the point I'm getting to. Is
Yeah.
some,
Come nice to me.
Come on,
someone in
Jimmy
the
Barnett,
group
come on.
needs to learn. But no, it just shows you that anything that you say or do affects so many people down the line. So take heed to that, you
Right.
know, and be nice.
Yeah. Listen.
And listen.
and don't drive people's trucks and hit potholes on, you know.
Girl,
mountains
did you
and stuff.
see that?
All right. This
On
is
the
Randy's like, time to wrap it up. We were laughing. We saw that. We were just laughing.
we saw that too.
People would have thought that was staged. Nothing's
No.
staged.
I know. That's the beauty.
But anyway, well,
Yeah,
thank
we-
you all
we
so
give you a
much.
hard
What a
time.
Oh, you're
beautiful
fine, you're
story.
fine.
What a beautiful story this is.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Good. Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thanks
Good.
for sharing.
And we're going to stay in touch.
Oh
And
yeah.
see what happens to your house, how you
Oh, my
decorate it, what
gosh.
you do with
You
it.
Well,
see-
she's
We got
selling
ideas.
more.
See
It's
the
gonna
property
sell
that's
for
going
us.
on.
And
Well, yeah, that's right.
where's the house going?
It's going to go about 3 hours west of here. I got to get my directions.
Towards
straight.
Nashville?
Yeah, but not as far as Nashville. About
Okay.
halfway
Okay.
between Nashville
All right.
and
There you go.
Knoxville.
Well,
So-
good.
And
yeah.
now you got to
stop by.
Zoom something or
Yeah, yeah.
tell us what it is so we'll all
So-
get on there and we'll
Okay.
listen
Yeah,
to it.
exactly.
You want to
Okay,
advertise it?
We'll actually be on there
Saturday night, talking
at
about the
7
economy
p.m.
and why things are happening and what's
It'll
about to
be-
happen, why people need
Yeah.
to
So what's the
consider
name
There
of
you go.
how do we get on it? How we
It's
what's
called ExodusInTheJourney.org.
Yep.
And when you scroll down, you'll see the I design different flyer for each next speaker. So each week there's a new speaker.
Oh, good.
And then we have a team of 4 people: Karmen, myself, her sister Lori, and her best friend Cheryl.
Well.
And so the 4 of us are praying each week about who to have, making sure that they are speaking the truth of the Word of God. That's important, present truth. And then ensuring that our guest speakers are giving us information. So we vet them
Right.
and interview them before we allow them to speak
Okay.
on the platform.
So everything from
yeah.
self-preservation, you know, sprouting, doing seeds, gardening,
Nice.
country
Oh my-
living.
that's-
Country
that's
We've
living.
even presented on Tiny
Tiny
House.
house.
this guy.
She did the
Okay.
We got an outpost.
She did
We got a
mobile.
school, children. We got
Yeah.
3 children coming in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Wow.
wonderful.
Okay, we do need to talk.
Hers is mobile country living. Is her
.com,
website.
MobileCountryLiving.com.
That's
Yes.
my website.
And
Yeah.
it's Exodus
In,
In
the
the
journey.
journey.
in the journey
.org.
.org.
Yeah.
Well, give
So-
them a look at it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'd be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I think would enjoy listening.
Yeah,
They
there's a
would.
wide variety of things, even things that you can do naturally for your health.
Right.
So we do a lot of that type of thing too, and
So, spiritual, physical,
Yep.
everything.
Oh.
everything.
Is it Sunday?
Even mental health. Even
Yeah.
mental health.
We have
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah,
we have
a couple on.
Sunday. A couple is going to be on there doing an interview about handheld. Is it
Hand tools that are
hand tools that are
non-motorized.
non-motorized?
Oh,
So
there
if you
you
don't
go.
have
Yes.
gas, difficult economic
Right.
times,
Yeah.
you know, what do you do, and what's the
Yes.
tool? How do I use it? So they do
Nice.
practical demonstration.
Isn't that
So,
cool?
And
yeah.
it's Exodus and
Exodus in
in
the
the
journey.
journey.
and the journey. We'll put it. We'll put a link to
No.
it on the website.
Exodus in the journey.
In the journey.
Dot
Okay.
org.
We'll write
Okay.
it for you.
Please do.
Thank you,
That's
guys.
awesome.
Thank you.
for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you
for
so
checking
much.
on
That is
us.
Sorry for my cold hands. Thank you
Oh,
so
that's
much.
all right.
Oh my
Thank you.
goodness.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Enjoy your house.
Yes. We're in here? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, buddy. That good? You live up on the plateau with them? That 41 acres?
Well, I'm about 10, 12 miles.
Yeah, up in that area? Okay.